Hello. Whoa. What happened to the lighting in this camera? I feel like it keeps getting brighter. Holy smokes. I restarted my computer, so maybe that's it. But I apologize as I figure out what the heck happened to the exposure. I switched it to automatic, and now it's like, I'm going to be super dark. No. I'm going to turn that off. Yeah, okay. Sure, we'll go with that, I guess. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, save, I guess. That's what we're gonna do. Gee whiz, that was nuts. Okay, great. So, let me see. I'm just looking at the white balance as well. I look a little pale. There we go. Okay. Geesh. Sorry about that. So we're working on the tutorial here. Let me share my screen and get started with this. Deploying, here we're going to switch those. Deploying a Node app with SQLite to fly.io. Okay, so we've got this. And I think I started out with deploying a distributed app, but I think I want to start with a non-distributed app first. So git init, and we're gonna make a new branch. Well, here, git add. Okay, let's, yeah, checkpoint. All right, now we're gonna make a new branch. This will be the simple. Okay, so I think the way that I want to do this is we'll have just trying to think of what would make this the easiest to upgrade or like update if in the event that I need to do that. Okay, sorry, I just got distracted for a second. I want to show you this. In Centered, the app that I use for my breaks and stuff, there's this chat. You can join us and it's fun. And I'm not sure if this will be a tell of me breaking focus, but I heard a disappointed Kent ask me, "Where do you think you're going for the first time?" And just spat out my water everywhere. That's funny. Can I reply or can I mention? Sorry, Devin. Oh, sweet, I can. But you don't hit tab, I guess. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so I've done so many different approaches for this kind of thing. I think the easiest will be multiple folders. Folder for every step. Yeah, okay, so that's what we're going to do. Let me back up. We're going to move super simple distributed to deploy node. Node SQLite fly. Yep, that's what we'll call it. Demo or tutorial. All right. And then we're going to make dir apps And then we're going to take all of this, whoops, and move it into apps. I want that out of here. There we go. Actually, you know what? I just want that. Okay, cool. So we've got our apps. Okay. And oh, whoops, I also need apps 99 finished. Yep, this is going to be way better, what I've got in mind now. And this .vs Code thing can come out here. What was this for again? Oh yeah. All right, fine, that can go in here. Okay, cool. So we go into apps 99 finished. And let's go ahead and finish this, and then we'll remove pieces working backwards. Where is that thing? Or something like that. We'll do something interesting. It'll be fine. Kind of think that this start script could be in our app. And then we could have it in TS. No, that doesn't matter. Just leave it right there. It's fine. That is not important. Okay. Whoops. Now this is interesting. I can't actually run it, run the workflows here. And this is gonna be in there. Well, that's annoying. Okay, so what do I do with that? I forgot. Oh, right, here it is. Multiple schema things. Deploy a recipe. Can I like make that go away forever? Recipe. JSON schema, yeah. JSON schema. GitHub workflows deploy YAML. So now that I've got that, will that apply to this? No, that's not how that works apparently. No. All right. VS Code, JSON schemas. File match. No. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, I have no idea. That's just super annoying. Whatever. Okay, so what that means is if I actually want to test this out, I'll just need to because the thing is, I could just take one of the directories, make it a Git repo temporarily just to test out, make sure it works. But if I want to like change it over time, then and make sure it's still working, then I want to have a nice easy way to do that. And I don't want to have like 30 different repos though, so all right, this is stupid. That's that's dumb. I hate that, but whatever. I suppose I could have one action in the root that deploys all these or something. But I don't want to have like 5 or 6 versions of the thing deployed either. So yeah, we'll deal with that later. I think we're pretty much ready to deploy this though. So I mean, maybe this is what Git submodules are for. I've never really used Git submodules. I think actually we could switch this context. I'm guessing this is just where the thing is. Here we can get rid of the build args. Say apps 99 finished. And let's go. This is going to be Node SQLite fly tutorial. Finished. Or we'll just leave it at that. Okay, and then we fly version. See if it tells me I need to upgrade. Nope. Okay, fly apps create. Oh, just realized I need to do something. Okay. Okay, fly. Let's see. Well, create data size 1 region den. Oh, yeah, okay. Node SQLite fly tutorial. Okay, and then oh right, fly. Let's see, indie stack. We go actions. Yeah, okay, let me move this off screen for a moment. Or actually, you know what? It's much easier if I just do this. So now you're just looking at my face. Give me a second to get the auth token. Creating a new token right now. Give me a moment. You know what? No, that's fine. We're doing Node SQLite fly tutorial. GitHub. There we go. Copy that. Paste it in here. Get it out of my clipboard. Add secret. And now I can return to sharing my screen. Okay, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I'm not thinking of. I'm pretty sure we are all set. let's see if this actually works. The one thing I'm uncertain of is this context thing. Not done that before. Okay, yeah, that didn't work because, yeah, let's do apps 99 finished, fly toml. Try that again. Relative. Huh. Whoops. My bad. See, this is why I actually do need to run it. I can't just like pretend that that it's all working all the time. I just wish that I could do this and just say, hey, GitHub, it's right there. All right, do. We're gonna rename this to Node SQLite Fly Tutorial. I'm actually thinking I'll change this to steps. And so now this is, instead of it apps, these steps. Yeah. Okay, cool. Great, and now we're in the deploy step. And when it's done, fly status watch. Oh, whoops, fly status watch. Not deployed yet, but oh man. Ah, yeah, okay. There's gotta be a way to specify where the config is. Fly deploy help. Yep, okay. Steps, 99 finished. Slide tummel. Steps, 39 steps. Really good play. Okay, we're almost there. I don't care if all of this, to have all the steps deployed, like with every change and stuff. It might be good to test them out once at least, but at least the final one should always be deployed. We can say this one is deployed to multiple regions and it's amazing. I think we couldn't reuse the cache because it's in a different place probably. I don't know. See, I could have started right here. I would like to start the deploy as soon as the image shows up, but no, we have to finish all the other stuff. Move cache. This should have an emoji, shouldn't it? Truck. Okay, production failed. This time because, oh, right. Yeah, this is annoying. Unfortunate timing. Where is that? Yeah, right here. There's a breaking change or something. Did I get that in the right spot? Yeah, Docker X, okay. Fix thing. This is gonna need that too. It'll be fine, but it will need it eventually. Do-do-do-do-do. So it's been pushed. Cool. Okay, here we go. I can't think of anything else that we're missing here. This should work. Right, sweet. Polling container in Denver. Well, rats. I think I might know what's wrong. Yeah, so we said type module. And so this start script needs to import .js. That, I believe, is the issue. Fix import. I think everything else will be fine. No, it's gonna have an issue there too. Maybe I shouldn't use modules. Wonder what that'll look like. Yeah. All right, forget that. It's not worth it. CJS is fine. Yep, okay, cool. Let's try this again. Oh, I just realized I don't have Discord open. So if anybody's chatting, sorry, I'm coming. People aren't always chatting, but sometimes they are, and I feel bad if I miss them. That actually happened this morning, and I feel bad. All right, no chats. But if you're on YouTube and you're like, why doesn't he reply to my chats? It's because YouTube has problems with moderation. Come chat here. Link in the description. All right, here we go. Now we're deploying, determining primary, import fs in start.js. Oh, good grief. Yeah. No more ESM. My mistake. Okay, just another minute. Here we go again. All right, starting instance. I think this time it's gonna work. Denver's primary, yada, 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 migrations, all that good stuff. Cool. Server's running. We don't have logs for the health check endpoint, so we're not gonna see any of those. But we got one passing health check. I bet the other one's passing, it's just not said anything yet. So, fly.dev. Boom, there it is. Anybody could come here. So that's cool. Click it as many times as you want. Oh my gosh, I only need 33 steps to get my 250 for the hour. 1 second. Oh, hold on. Okay. Just 33 steps. All right, cool. So that's neat. Feel free to come over here and click this as many times as you like. Bam, 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 bam. All right, I got it. 250. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that's part of the problem with full page refreshes, people. But here's the cool thing. We're going to now deploy fly, whatever it's called. Here, let's just cd into steps 99. Okay, fly vol list. We should have one in Denver. Fly vol create data size 1 region Denver. Oh, let's look at our lightfs. Yeah, we're saying Denver. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the region is Denver, and the yeah. And then fly scale count 2. Yep, there we go. Let's look at fly monitoring or metrics, more important. Here we do have logs going, and Denver is coming up, the second Denver. And we have 2 Denvers, one that's the primary and one that's not. And I take it that it's just taking a moment because we're in the middle of a deploy. It's kind of strange. Should not have any trouble. Whoa, yeah, somebody did show up. I wonder why it's taking so long. Yeah, we are passing both health checks. Something's wrong. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna force an instance. Oh yeah, timeout waiting for TX number. Yeah, we've got a problem. Should probably log requests as they come in so we can debug a little bit better. Rec, yep. Okay, and yeah, that's good. I feel like there was something else I wanted to do. Oh, right, I wanted to get what our yeah, we got a connection timeout. Okay, so if we go back up here, this is our primary. So if I say force that instance. So I'm forced on primary. Okay, cool. What's our status? They're both running. So if I switch to the non-primary and force to hit that one, then that one has trouble. And it is probably this logic in here. I'm not sure what would cause that to spin forever. That all looks fine to me. Timed out waiting for your TX number. If it's up to date, then we get rid of the cookie. Otherwise, we replay. To the primary instance. Console log. Oh, I don't need that log. I know. Well, maybe from current instance to primary instance. Okay, I'm supposed to take a break. So we will. Just give me a second. Logs. Okay, gonna take a break while that deploys. We'll see you in 5. Okay. Let's see, did that deploy? Okay, it did. So we should be able to see some logs now. Yep, we're getting our health checks. Come over here. Boom. And there we go. And now if I try to force an instance, the post was on F1, so, and the fact that it worked tells me that's probably not the primary. Here, we can probably find out. Primary instance is the F1. Okay, cool. So we force that instance, and then we go. Interesting. Let's look at my cookies. Application cookies. I've got a bad TX. Oh, there it is. Ah, I've got a silly mistake. There it is. Oh, wait. Whoops. There. Whoops. Where's the log command? Goodness. Fly logs. There we go. I think we could probably get rid of that request log. Oh well. Okay. Great. So that's definitely the problem. And anybody who's got a bad cookie, we probably would be best if we yeah, so when they replay, we come in here, handle transactional consistency. So the only way to clear out the cookie is when their transaction number is up to date. I feel like you could get into a bad state. I think if we time out, or we hit this. If we hit this with the primary, then we should clear out the cookie. Oh, actually, okay, no. So we only want to clear the cookie if it exists. No point telling them to clear a cookie that doesn't exist. So I feel like this could be written better. So we want to say, let's just reduce the amount of indentation there. If rec.method is not equal to get, and it's not equal to head. We'll return. We only care about get and head requests here. So that gets our indentation down a little bit, which is kind of nice. And then if we don't have a transaction number, then we can just leave too. Oops. So if not, and return. And then that means yeah, okay. So if the current is primary, then we get rid of that header. There could be a situation where they make a request to us to the primary. Yeah, like this is very unlikely to ever happen, and it also helps prevent us from the situation that I just ran into. Okay, so if the current is primary, then we'll append the header. Otherwise, we know that there's a TX number. Yeah, so that we get rid of that. Then we wait for the up-to-date thing, otherwise we reply to the primary. Okay, that should do it. And I think this is deployed, and this should technically work, but the work I just did, oh, we gotta pause that. Okay, do. Brink. Okay, let's make sure, oh, hey look. Sweet. Yeah, I think the work I just did should actually make that go away faster. Because it should never stay. Yeah, it should be gone by now. Okay. We're improving. So we made this post. It told us you're on this transaction number. We talked to the primary. And then this did not respond to clear that header. And it pretty much always should. It 100% always should. 100% of the time. Because we either get to the point where the transaction is up to date, or it gets replayed and will end up in here. So that's logic I just pushed. So we should never have the transaction ID for after that GET request is finished. Deploy. All right, sweet. Yeah, we're bringing up 7. Oh, somebody's playing around with the app. Okay, so primary is the 9, 4. So it's interesting. We get a new one coming up. The old one sticks around as the primary while the new one comes up. And then here in a second, the existing primary should shut down and this one should take over as primary. That's what's going to happen right now. Yeah, that's right. Primary lease required. And that all happened in like 1 second. Sweet. And so now, primary is this one. Okay, so if I force that as the region I hit, I should always be hitting primary. And I should never get a transaction number. That's interesting. It looks like I did. Oh, no. That's all right. Yeah, I should get a transaction number even when I'm hitting the primary directly because I don't know whether their next request is going to need a transaction number or not. But these GET requests should always clear that transaction number, regardless of who is handling it. All right, so then if I go back and I go to, 8B 733, this is the non-primary. Okay, cool, and there's no remove the cookie here because I didn't have one. And we go here and I hit minus, rats. I wonder what I got wrong. What is happening? That's my post, I think. It's hard to tell with other people hitting my app. Wait, mine is 7.3. Yeah, this one must have been mine. Yeah, somebody else hit it and it worked for them, but this is mine. And there's no follow-up get. Yeah. Huh, it's hanging out somewhere. So let's follow the code path in our mind. This request comes in, we logged it. And then we get to handle transactional consistency. We are on fly. It is not a get or a head. We don't have a transaction. Oh, right. So I'm making a post. If the so that comes out of that. So we have no result. And then we come down here to do the post. We ensure primary. We are not on primary, so let's add a log here. Console log. Redirecting to primary from current instance. Okay. And then we come back. We still don't have, or it's still a post, so we come out of that. We don't respond. We come down to here. We ensure primary. It is primary, so we skip off of that. We parse the body, get the intent, get the current count, validate the intent, all that stuff. So we've got decrement, update, update, and then set the transaction cookie and then send a redirect. Here we're getting the transaction number. That should be very fast. So I'm not sure what is hanging it up. It's possible that maybe we are replaying over and over. Huh. Well, the post never finishes, so it's not going to be in any of the get logic. So none of this is wrong. This is all fine. It's always going to be in this post stuff. Yeah, so handle transactional consistency should not be a problem. Ensure primary is possible. Oh my goodness, I know what it is. This result is always going, oh wait, no. No. That could be undefined. If current is primary, return null. Yeah, okay. That was basically what I had before. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to just add a silly number of logs. Here's the problem, is that this is very, very difficult to debug. Like, you can't run it locally. This is why multi-region is so tricky. But once you get it set up, then it's fine. It's just getting it set up is tricky. There's always going to be the transaction number. Not on fly. Not a get or head. No txnum cookie. On primary, deleting cookie. Yeah, this is the piece that it's like, you could be deleting it and then they make a follow-up request to a non-primary and get old stuff. It's really unlikely to happen, but it is possible. What we, Just trying to avoid a situation where somehow the user got a TX num that's like way into the future. And so they end up always replaying. Like, I don't know. Yeah, we're just going to leave that there. Okay. Waiting for TX number to be up to date. Clearing TX cookie. All right. Sleeping longer. All done. Sleeping, waiting. All right. Let's try this. Log a lot. Okay. I actually kind of like having the health check logs out because it helps me know that the server is up and running and serving traffic and whatnot. Yeah, I hit the non-primary. So this GET request hit the primary, and then this post hit the non-primary. And so I'm hanging out, and I don't know what it's doing. So hopefully these logs help us get an idea. So as a favor to me, if you all could just not touch it for a second so that the logs are helpful, that would be kind. So as kind of a baseline for your Remix Prisma app, actually this isn't Remix, this is just Prisma. So, and not even Express. So baseline for just Prisma and Node, you're looking at around 90 megabytes of memory usage. Most of that is probably just V8 being V8. Because it looks like we were down to 23 a little bit ago. That might have been during a deploy though, so I don't know. But yeah, that's what you can look forward to. All right, deploying. We got our logs going. That timed out. Okay, so stream disconnected. I think this was the primary before. Primary lease acquired. So the primary goes down first. I don't think it actually matters which one goes down, whether it's the primary first or a non-primary. It just needs to be, yeah. As long as both candidates don't go down at the same time, then you should be good all the time. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we are starting to get traffic to V8. There we go. The other one is getting booted up. So it's going to tell me primary. That's the primary. All right, so I come over here and I say, let me only hit the primary. Boom, boom, boom. All right. On primary, deleting TX num cookie. Okay, so please don't touch. Just let me do this really quick. So, yerk. Oh, you know what? The no.txnum cookie is probably coming from these health checks. Okay, well, that's too bad. Oh well. So there we go. I hit it. That post, not a get or head request, and then I did a get on primary deleting txnum cookie. That actually makes sense. As soon as I post, I get a txnum cookie, and then I make a get to primary, so it deletes it. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so now if I switch to the non-primary, so I'm on primary, it's C9. The non-primary is going to be this 2A. So we're going to force that instance. I hit that with a get. And that's the 2A no txnum cookie. All right, and then I hit this. And what happens? Redirecting from the current to the primary. Or replaying is probably better. And then the primary never gets that. It never gets that post. So the replay is not working. Who knows where it goes? So it's this ensure primary is not working. Console log. Got result from ensure primary. What are you complaining about now? That's weird. I think I might be oh my gosh. Yes, that's my problem. I need to do res end after that. That's the problem. All right. Almost positive that's the problem. Res end yada yada. Yeah, that's what I get for not using Express and Remix and whatnot. I have to do regular old Node stuff to keep it as simple as possible, and then I make it complicated. Okay, so this is just another minute. How long does it take? 3.5 minutes to deploy. So that's all right. That's not too bad. Am I on break? I think I might be on break. Oh no, I've got 10 minutes before my next break. Okay. Okay. Oh, did somebody start this before me? I thought I started it right away. Was that a different one? Maybe it was. Did you know they don't link to the Stargazers anymore? But I think the page still exists. Yep. What? Hold on a second. It still says I'm at Remix? Go back. What is this? Huh. Well, let me just move this over here really quick just in case. Your profile. I'm not at Remix anymore. As awesome as it was, I loved Remix. But I am no longer there. Settings. Update. Here we go. I'm at EpicWeb now. Okay. This should be done in a moment. Oh, whoops. Where's my fly logs? There you are. All right. Pulling up 9. And once that one is ready, it will pull up the next one. There we go. Cool. So let's see, it'll tell me who the primary is. Primary instance is that one. Okay, let's just skip to the end. I'm pretty sure this is going to work. So I say force the non-primary. And I say plus. Boom. Beauty. Now it works. I just need to know how to use Node properly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is cool. So this one says, all right, here's your txnum. This one says, okay, clear it out now. You're good. And with those logs, I can see if we ever need to sleep. Oops, sleep. Nope. So now, here's what we're going to do. Fly vol create data region MAA. Let's do HKG Hong Kong and size 1. And then fly scale count 3. And then here we're going to see that's going to bring up Hong Kong, and this is the instance I'm going to hit. And no way, it's not up already, is it? Oh, I paused. Wait, I didn't turn that on. There we go. Yeah, I didn't think it would be ready. It's still encrypting the volume, opening the volume, starting all that stuff, determining the primary. It's not the primary. It's not the primary, so skipping my drink irrigations. Yep, and it's ready to receive traffic. Okay, cool. So there I am. I hit this, and it does take a while. Like you can tell, it actually does take a sec because I'm on the opposite side of the world. But yeah, what's cool is we're still getting transactional consistency. I don't think, let's try this again. I don't think we even need to sleep at all. So we're replacing or replaying, waiting. Okay, waiting. Yeah, that comes here. And then we get to this point and we say, okay, how's the current transaction number? And it ends up being good. So we don't get to the rest of this waiting period, which, yeah, that makes sense that we wouldn't. It's really fast. Like it blows my mind. I click this. Where's our diagram? It says, okay, here's the post, goes to the replica. Replica says, no, replay it, I can't write. And so it goes to the primary. Primary sends a response, which goes to the user. And then the user does their get. It goes to the replica. And because we've solved this problem, the replica is like, okay, let's just make sure we wait for the updated transaction ID. And what's cool is the primary, as soon as it got that post and did the write, it instantly started replicating the transaction, which happened faster than sending the response to the user and then the user doing the get request. It's pretty fast. It's very fast. It's very cool. It's actually kind of difficult to reproduce a scenario where you end up waiting. Now, I have logs that show this timed out waiting for TX number. So I know it does happen sometimes, but yeah, it's pretty dang fast, and that's awesome. So I'm happy with the changes that I've made. Now let's get rid of these logs. We don't need these anymore. I'm thinking we could probably we're going to just get rid of all the logs. Well, you know what? Let's leave them. Why not? If somebody's going to deploy this themselves, they might want to look at those. Yeah, okay, we're going to just leave those. And here we can return return result. Yeah, I just forgot to do end. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I think that is as far as we need to go. We've got 3 regions, SQLite, and mutations, and it's all working. Fix up logs a bit. And we've got deploys working. So that's cool. Let's do a git diff no index of our GitHub workflows deploy and our apps 99 oh man 99 finished GitHub workflows deploy. Oh, steps. That's right. Hold on a second. There's a Git directory in there. We got to fix that. Okay, just want to make sure the only difference is that, and we've got the config. Yep, cool. That's as it should be. Now we have a steps 99.get. Oh no, git ignore. Okay, good. Okay, great. Okay, break time, gonna take it, and when we get back, we'll figure out what we're gonna do next. Probably start pulling things out to make the simple thing, and then we'll have the starter. And then we'll split it into all the steps, the logical steps, so you can see, okay, then you do this, then you do this, then you do this. So, see you in a sec. Okay. Oh, I'm standing up. I gotta fix this. Bloop. Okay. So, yeah, this is good. We're good. I just had a... No, never mind. I was thinking, oh, why don't I just like have my action start by moving this in the main directory? And then I was like, wait, no, that won't work because the action, if I wanted to use this action, it has to be at the root. That's just how it works. Man, I'm so sick of my shoes that I have these sole inserts and I've bought and returned like, I don't know, maybe 6 pair. Okay, maybe not quite that many, but a lot. And these ones are fine, they're comfortable, but the problem is that they like inch forward, and so then my heel is hanging off by like, I don't know, 2 or 3 millimeters, but it's enough to be really, really annoying and actually, frankly, painful. It's crazy annoying. I've tried a bunch of things, so I don't know. Anyway, so what we're going to do now, that I'm happy with the end state of this thing, is we're going to, I think we'll just take it backward and remove pieces. I'm not sure it really makes sense to remove one piece at a time. I kind of think it's going to be like, here is, yeah, because like you're not going to set up, I mean, we could do a setup of, I want each app to be deployable as it is, and we can talk about the trade-offs of deploying it in that way. And so then we progressively, we start with something that is deployable, but it's not multi-region or whatever. And then we progressively move it to everything else. So anyway, I think, yeah, so let's just start with this. Come on. There. There we go. So this is going to be our, yeah, 98. We'll just call it 98. Call this, we'll give it a better name later. But in the step before this one, this is basically, we can have LightFS, but we can't, okay, well, no, we could have it be multi-region, but we don't handle transactional consistency. So, and so we handle writing to the right place. But yeah, this transaction number stuff, we don't handle any of this. So all that stuff we get rid of. So then we get rid of that. Get rid of that. And that. Cool. So here we don't handle transactional consistency. Most of the time it's probably fine, but, and then we can describe the, like that's what the graph thing is for. Oh, I need 198 steps. See, when I'm working, I don't typically get my steps. I wonder if I've missed any hours today. My steps. Yeah, I've missed a couple hours, dang it. Oh man, I've missed most of the hours for the day. Gee whiz. Well, that's the life of a developer who works from home. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. That's actually all the changes. So it does support multiple regions, it just doesn't handle transactional consistency. All right, so then from there, we remove the part where, yeah, where it supports multiple regions. So we no longer have the start script, we still have LightFS, so like we'll set up LightFS. That's what we're doing in this step. It's deployable, but you're not ready for multiple regions if you're at this point. So we don't need, oh, and actually this looks like we don't need that import. Okay, and we don't need it here. You don't have any of this stuff. In fact, hold on, append header. Is that used? Yeah, it's not. Okay, so we come over here, get rid of append header also. And here we get rid of the entire fly file. And now our app is just this. We don't have, I gotta keep walking. We don't have ensure primary. So the only thing that this is gonna have on top of a regular Node app is it has the LightFS config. And that is this stuff in here. And the LightFS config, we will also make a little simpler by saying candidate is true. Okay. Actually, I think the candidate is not required. I kind of want to try and deploy this. Yeah, you know what? I'll just deploy it on top of the app that I've got. So if we cd into 97, fly deploy, local only. I don't think I have Docker going. I guess I could have done remote only, but I feel like it takes longer when I do it that way. Provided I have a good internet connection. It'll take, yeah, definitely take longer if you have a slow internet connection. So remote only would make sense there, but yeah, got a pretty fast computer and a fast internet connection. So come on, how much longer I got? We're at 4,500 steps today, which is actually pretty good because I did take a walk this morning. But I mean, sometimes I end the day with like 2,000 steps. Gotta stay healthy, folks. Boy, that apt-get, it's taking too long. Let's move. Yeah, I just want to make sure that this works. Oh, you know what? It will not. Here, let's fly scale count 1. Okay, so now fly status watch. Come on, pull them down. I only want one of them. I guess we'll see what happens. Because I think actually it would technically work, but they would end up with different, yeah, what would happen? I think we wouldn't, there we go, finally. I think we wouldn't care to have console as the least type. So maybe that's one thing that we'll do is we'll switch it to static. Yeah, let's look at getting started with LightFS. Determining the primary. No. Config static. Static leasing. I wonder if you can avoid lease. Okay, yeah, they pulled it down to 1. So that's good. Creating release. I'm going to see if I can get rid of the lease config. Because I like to introduce concepts on an as-needed basis. So let's see if we can do that. And then we get rid of the enable console as well. And so then we add that in the next one where we say, hey, we want this to be multi-region. So here's a couple things you need in your app code, and here's the additional stuff you need for LightFS. I think I'm going to get rid of this exit on error and everything. This is one of the reasons why I like the multiple copies of the app, is I can do stuff like this. Just a find, replace, get rid of all that stuff. Yeah, so this makes sense. We're like, okay, here we've got a simple lightfs config. We just say where the underlying database is and where we want our virtual module to live. And then we add in the stuff that's required for multi-region. Rats, this failed. And it failed because app start could not resolve app start. Oh, that's right. That's another thing that 97 is going to need, is this should be node build index. All right, try that on for size. Let's see what happens if I do remote only. I don't know what it's doing right now. It clearly got to where it needed to with that number. So, okay, sweet. That was faster. So we're going to do remote only going forward here. 15 is being deployed. And this time it has the simpler lightfs config that I was hoping would work. Uh-oh, restarts too. I wonder what fly logs. Invalid lease type. Okay, so we do need to have that lease config. That's too bad. Whoops. Okay, so let's do static. All right. And let's see if I need to specify candidate. All right. So try this again. Yeah, see, that layer caching is quite nice. That makes it way faster. I don't know how Docker works, but layer caching is good. And breaking up your Docker file into these different sections is good. Like reducing how much you add to the image. I guess. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Okay, and we got logs. This is saying, huh, that's weird. Build app build index. We got nothing in here that is importing. That's weird. We're going to just try that again. I have had it where the build is weird. Run build. Yeah, the build should be very fast, so 2 seconds isn't too far off. All right, let's look at this. Okay, yeah, server is listening. So yeah, just weird things happen sometimes. Okay, cool. So now if I go to node SQLite fly, this works. It's only running in one region, but it is running with lightfs and static lease. So cool. So we can say the step before this one will be we're running just with regular SQLite, no fuse, nothing. And then we add lightfs, and then we add multi-region config, and then we add transactional consistency. Okay, cool. So next, before this one, will be 96, and 96 is responsible for adding lightfs, or yeah, is before we add lightfs. So we'll get rid of lightfs. We'll go to our Docker file. We get rid of all of this. We just run node on the built file. We don't need the lightfster thing. This is just whoops, data and database file name. You know what? I think the database file name doesn't matter until we have fly. Let's see, data file name. I think it doesn't even matter until we have transactional consistency. Yeah, that's when it matters. So that means here, whoops, we don't need the database file name. We can just stick it in right there. And we can get rid of that. And there, same story. And here, same thing. So yeah, just database URL. Simple stuff. Relatively. It's easier, simpler. And then in here, yeah, don't show that again, please. Yeah. Okay, so this is not using I mean, we've got some dependencies in here that we don't use right away, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so we slimmed down the Docker file, and this only deploys to a single region. Actually, let's leave that up. CD 96. And let's try and deploy that. Even easier. No lightfs. My kids are, my one son in particular, is singing silly songs with Larry from VeggieTales. Actually, it's love songs with Mr. Lunt. They're singing Cheeseburger, the Cheeseburger song. So that's always fun. It's been stuck in all of our heads for a while. Okay, here we go. Should be pulling it down. Yeah, what's interesting about this is when I come back to the app, yeah. Oh, right. No, this is good. Very good. We need to have a place for migrations to happen. Now, without LightFS, so let's see. I have the start script, and then the start script is the thing that starts up the app. In the Indie stack, I think we have this start sh thing, and that is our start script. But when I'm finished, or once we get to the end, I actually want to write like more complex stuff, and so I go to JavaScript. So the question now is, do I start with this simple bash thing that says do this, then do this, or do I just go straight to the JavaScript stuff? And I think we're going to go just straight to the JavaScript. We'll have a start.js file. So in part because it actually does make it flow more much nicer, but also because it is like way easier. Close all than, well, it's not easier. It's more familiar to most people that this tutorial is for. It's a JavaScript file that does stuff. So get rid of that. Get rid of this. Yep, all of that is good. And so now what that means is, actually let's go down here to our Docker file here. And this Docker file is going to be node start. There we go. And that is what this Docker file will do also. Oh wait, yeah, this one adds LightFS. So and then from there on out, it's the same. Everything is that same command. That makes it a little nicer. But this still is as simple as that. Yep. Cool. Okay, so with that now, oh, and the reason that it didn't fail last time is because we were running on a database that LightFS had already set up, and it already had all the migrations. But if we had a new migration, that wouldn't get applied. So now I fixed that. The reason that it worked this time is because we're actually pointing to a different database. We changed the database URL, so it's a brand new database. Data loss, all that good stuff. But yeah, who cares? I don't. It's fine. The data is still in the volume, just at a different address. It is, where is it? We configure it to be in data LightFS. So it's in there. It's in data LightFS, but I don't really care to keep it around, so that's fine. Okay, that's being deployed. Here we go. They're singing, "Oh, where's my hairbrush now?" I love it. I remember my older brothers and sisters made me feel embarrassed for singing, and so I never did. Around, like, I was embarrassed. I did a lot of singing in like college and stuff, and high school and whatever, but I was just always self-conscious singing by myself, and I don't want my kids to suffer the same thing. So I'm like, sing your hearts out, and I squash any attempts to make people feel embarrassed about their singing. Okay, cool. So yeah, it got reset to 0, which is expected because of, like, we basically created a brand new database. So, but it still works, and that's what's important. So, great. And what's cool, I think we should be able to say git diff no index steps 96 with steps 97. And we'll see, oh, okay, so to go from not LightFS to LightFS, we're going to update our database URL to point to a different directory. And then we're going to set up LightFS from the fly.io LightFS image, copy the LightFS binary from that, add our config, and then run our start script under Node. So start script doesn't change, we're just running it under LightFS mount. And then we have some config to say, hey, this is where my application is going to be looking for SQLite databases that I want to have replicated. And here's where I want you to actually store those databases. And then the lease type is static. So I want to just, nothing special, just my node is the primary. And then get instance info should be removed from the start script. Nothing should change in the start script here. Cool. Yep. And the blog post can kind of highlight that. Okay, so then to go from 97 to 98, we're adding a special fly folder, and that's going to be responsible for all of the stuff that is like vendor-specific stuff for making sure that we can have multiple regions. So we can get the instance, we know whether we're the primary this way, and we have a way to replay requests if we're not the primary, and then we make sure that we only do post requests on the primary. And then we also make sure that we only, oh, the build. Why is the build in here? That's annoying. Let's see, build. Can we do that? Oh, that's right. When you do no index, it ignores the git ignore. Yeah, because we have git ignores that ignore the build. All right, that's annoying, but skip over the build stuff. Is that build stuff? Yeah, that's build stuff. Okay, so we update the fly console or the fly config to enable the console. We change the lease type to console so that we can specify which region should be a candidate. For us, because most of our traffic is in the US, we want it to be a US region. And then we make sure that only the primary region, only the primary instance runs migrations on start. Yeah, so those are the things. And then to handle consistency, transactional consistency, we are going to update our database URL to have a database file name, so that because that database file name is going to be the same name as the -pos file that we'll look at in a second. The database URL will be constructed of that. We'll include our cookie, and we'll have this transaction number thing that I have the graph to explain what we need this for. And then yeah, that handles, oh right, and then the get tx number comes from the database file name POS. Bum-ba-da-dum. And then when we're handling all the requests, we just want to handle transactional consistency. Just say, hold up, let me just double check that we've got the latest and greatest based on what you say we should be at. And then every time we do a mutation, we'll make sure to update that cookie. Yeah. Solid. Very good. Yeah, I am happy with this. All right. So let's give, oh, right. Is that as simple as it gets? Is there anything else I could remove from the Docker file or anything here? I wonder what would happen if we tried to remove the Docker file entirely. Because I know that they can deploy a node project. And if we said start, instead of start being node build, it is node start. And then this runs node build instead. And then we get rid of the Docker file. We're going to run into problems with SQLite, aren't we? Probably. We'll just see what happens. This is probably not going to work, but hold on. Okay, this is deeper than I care to go into. Let's just see if this works. Whoa. Well, not sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Should I have done remote only, maybe? What? I'm gonna count to 5 and then run it with remote only and see if that makes a difference. Okay. Great. Where am I? In the wrong spot. Can I switch the order of these? Cool. Yeah, okay. Didn't really think this would work anyway. The one benefit that this would be is like, here's a basic Node app that even uses SQLite and Prisma. And you don't need any more config than the fly toml. But we want to control a little bit more of what's in our thing, and so we're going to add this Docker file. But doesn't look like that is going to do anything. I'm not sure what it's doing right now. Doesn't appear to be anything. So I think we're probably not going to go that far. And instead, we will just start with a basic Node app that has no config at all. And then we'll add the fly toml. Here, let's see what we will add. Yeah, we'll add the start script, fly toml, Docker file, and Docker ignore. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to leave this thing running just in case something interesting happens. Whoops. Man, delete that. Oh, I did it again. Steps. There we go. So this is going to be step 01 init. And that's going to have no Docker, no fly, and not even start. Yeah, we're going to write all those things. And you should be able to go into steps 01 and run the dev server, and that should just work. Of course it does not. What's wrong? Oh, right, we've got a, let's do a setup script. Oh, and our start, that was just a little test. The start is actually, no, start is good. Hold on a second. Yeah, start is good. Yeah, so we're going to have one, two, hold on a second. Ah, that's right. Okay, 95 is a mess. I don't know what to do with that. So yeah, anyway, we're going to add a setup that, what does my setup script do? Setup. I think pretty much just is that all? Hold on a second. What's Rocket Rental do? Setup. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay, so then we can run npm run setup. forgot to save. There we go. Supposed to be on break. All right, we need to copy 99.env to env. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Yeah, we need to do that for all of these. That should be part of the setup, honestly. Although that would be bad if you put a bunch of your secrets in there and then they got copied over. That would be really annoying. So it's just going to be part of the thing. Like when you clone it, make sure to run this. Uh-oh. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see. We can run the dev server. Here we are. And it totally works. Hooray. Cool. Okay. So that is how we start. Oh, I wonder if we made any progress on this. Oh, huh. Interesting. I wonder. Let's try that again. If we go to our fly toml and we say, where's our env? The env variables section. Here, we'll stick that up here so it's easy to remove. Port 8080, node env production, database URL, and let's try that again. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty cool to be able to say, okay, so you add your fly config, and here it is, and it's like pretty simple. You don't even have to worry about Docker, but you probably want to. So let's add that, and we can add iteratively. So fly config, ship, Docker. Like, I like doing these little steps. I think that's useful. So we'll see about that. But yeah, so step one, we've got the stuff we need. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we need to remove or whatever. And then this would be step number 2, that adds the fly config. That would be sweet. Kind of need to wait for this. I wonder how long did it take before this actually, what did it do? Wow, it did all kinds of things. So it sat here. I brought along CA certificates. So that's cool, I guess. Yeah, sweet. It ran the build script for us. Yeah, and then it just couldn't do this because it didn't have the right environment variable. Pretty sure this is going to work. It just takes forever. I'm sitting down now. Bloop. I'm not sure what it's doing right here. That's taking so long. But yeah, so that'll be the next step. If we come here, do get diff no index steps 01. To steps 95. Yeah. Oh, that explains it. Yeah, okay, so we've got that env. All right, there we go. Now that won't mess with things. I'm not going to explain all this stuff. I think what we'll do, though, is we'll have the init not handle the health check endpoint. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to add something between 95 and 1 that adds, yeah, so 95 adds, yeah, let's see. This is going to be 94. 94 will not have the health check. And it will not have the health check endpoint. This will be O2 fly init fly. So maybe we should call this init app. And we initialize fly. And at this point we can deploy. So let's look at the diff between those two. So this one just adds a fly toml. And what? Dot package lock JSON? What the heck is that? What's that dot package lock? Oh, that's in node modules. Okay, well, whatever. We'll go through and reinstall dependencies in all of these later. That just is kind of weird. Did I install anything? I don't remember installing any dependencies anywhere. This is still happening. That's crazy how long this is taking. Okay, anyway, so you add the fly toml, ignore stuff in node modules. We update the package JSON to now go to the start script. And we create the start script. And that's that. I think we could probably simplify this a little bit. I wonder if this has promise capabilities. No. No. Okay. Yep, there we go. And then we can just do yep. Literally just that. And then that. Okay, undo all that, then find, replace. Okay. And then come down here. And deploy migrations. And I think this should be npm start, like it was before. Okay, node build. Oh, I know why we did this. Because here, this is going to be node start. Yeah, I think everything it should. Yep. All right. Or no, node build. Okay, and then yep, there we go. And that will still work if I'm, hey, it deployed successfully. No freaking way. Let's make sure that it's actually running. Yeah. Oh, rats. Oh, read-only database. Yeah. Well, that would be a problem. Here's what we're gonna do. This is only happening because of the funny way I'm doing stuff. Fly ssh console bash. Actually, you know what? Fly vol delete or fly scale 0. Fly count 0, vol list, fly vol delete, yes, we're going to just delete them all. Fly vol delete, that one, yes. Fly scale count 1. And now it'll bring it up. Oh, fly vol create size 1 region Denver. Whoops. Data. There we go. Okay, so now it'll spin up, and it should be in a. We just happened to get a region that was read-only, I think. I'm pretty sure that was what happened. And only because we're doing all this weird stuff. So. All right, and it's ready. Yep, it works. Good stuff. Well, we'll keep that going. Why not? Okay. Okay. So every one of these has a start script except for this one. It's going to be build. Actually, you know what? It's also going to have a start script. Because I can cd into O1 and npm start, and that is totally cool. Yeah, cool. So they all got a start script. And then the start scripts are all pretty simple. This one should be just the same as previous, I think. And then this one gets complicated because if we're not the primary, yeah, this is when we go multi-region. Okay, so let's give these all a name. Get diff no index. You know what? Yeah. React or remix workshop. Pretty sure I've got a diff. Scripts diff. This gets more complicated if I do that. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Steps, O1, init. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Get diff no index O1 to O2. Oh, cancel that. Do it over here. Okay, so this one we just add the fly and and we need that set up. All right. The fly stuff, and that's it. That's great. So literally just add this config. I'll explain the important parts briefly, and then we go on to step next, whatever the next step is. Right now it's 95. Which should not only add the health check endpoint, but also should add the config for the health check endpoint. Yeah, there we go. Forgot to save that change. So adds the endpoint, adds a config for that health check. Great. So we can call 9503 health check. Okay, let me just check on something. Oh, sheesh. I think Fly is having an outage. Fly down, yeah. Two minutes ago. Yeah, bad deploy. Okay, good. I don't have to do anything. That's always nice when somebody else got to you first. See what this says. Coolio. I'm just letting somebody else know about this. Okay. I mean, it seemed pretty ASAP to me. Okay, cool. Well, I'll just let them do their thing. Outages happen. Okay, coming back here. Oh man, that means my demo app is going to be down. Oh, demo app is still up. Hey. I think it looked like it was a proxy thing. So kcd.fly.dev. Oh, also down. Okay. Well, I don't know why this is still up, but it is. Okay, so that's the health check one. And then if we go from health check to 96, that is where we add Docker. All right. Where's the... Try that again. We add the Docker file, update the flytoml, and somehow we lost the build. Huh. Okay. Docker, so Docker ignore, Docker file, and update fly config. Everything else remains the same. I wonder if I should switch the command to npm start, because that's the what the default one does. Yeah, we should do that. Okay, so this command so that does that. There we go. Okay, cool. So that means 96 is 04 Docker. And then 97. All right, what are you complaining? Oh, probably some weird spelling mistake or something. Okay, so 04, oops, and steps 97. So now we add lightfs. Trying to decide if we want to call it the fly lightfs or just simply lightfs. I think simply lightfs makes more sense. All right. KCD's back online after 8 minutes of downtime. What? Remix was only down for 7 minutes and 13 seconds. Mine was 8:11. That seems not fair. Just kidding. Mine's a lot more complicated. I don't. And they only check every 30 seconds. So. Okay. Now we've got 05 and steps 98. I'm loving how iterative this has become. Like, you know, we're starting to get kind of complicated, but yeah, It's pretty good. And I think this means I'll be able to do a single tutorial, which is much better. And I'll just say, stop when you feel like you've reached the level of complexity for your application. Like trade-offs and whatnot. So I'll say, here we are with the initial app. Trade-offs are you don't get to control what's in the Docker container. But if that doesn't matter to you, then just go ahead with this. But I noticed it's also quite slow. So then we move on to the next step. And okay, now we can, and so on and so forth. I think we may need to change the init app workflow, GitHub workflow too. Yeah, in fact, we might put a thing in between. So once we get fly initialized, and we'll say, and you can deploy it just from your local machine. And then we add the GitHub workflow. Now you can deploy it from GitHub. And then we add let's see. What the order doesn't matter because then we also have the health check. I think we'll do the fly thing, then we'll add the and you can do it locally. And we'll add the health check, and now it won't deploy if the health check doesn't pass. Or it'll roll back if the health check fails. That's nice. And then we'll do GitHub action before we get into the. Should we do it after we get into the Docker? I think we'll do it after getting into Docker, because if we do it before, then the action is going to be quite different. So we'll say Docker, and then we'll say GitHub action, and then we'll say lightfs. All right. Anyway, so between lightfs and 98, now we're doing multi-region. Yeah. So this is 06 multi-region. And then 07 is the transactional consistency. Or, yeah, that's what we're going to call it. Okay, great. And so that means we need to update this. Steps 07 transactional consistency. Okay, and so that means here we're going to get rid of the GitHub. Here we'll get rid of the GitHub. And here we get rid of the GitHub. And here we also get rid of, you guessed it, not the Docker, the GitHub. And then we make a, oh, you know what? Let's, rats. Shoot. What did I do? Oh, man. All right. Well, luckily, we've got this. We'll just put that there. Then we've got this. We'll put that there. And now we'll get rid of the GitHub directory from here. And this one is going to be GitHub Actions. Cool. And then it's just what it is. Okay, and we'll replace it in all of the steps. Here we go. Yeah, and that one's fine. Great. Did this ever deploy? I think it did, didn't it? Yeah, okay. So we're good. We are good. All right, let's take a look at, we're going to remove, you know what, I got to do a checkpoint here. checkpoint. All right, now we're going to remove everything in steps that is under the build directory. Well, that will remove everything. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. That would have gone into node modules and stuff, and that would have messed everything up. Speaking of, let's actually also do that. Node modules. And then npm install, or let's see. Yeah. I know there's a way to do this with bash. Oh, that's weird. Boom. There we go. Oh, rats. Oh, I know. Let's see. There we go. This is kind of the point where you're like, maybe you should do workspaces, but nah, not quite. Wait a second, did I just make a workshop? I kind of feel like I just made a workshop. This is just a hop, skip, and a jump from a workshop. The thing is that config workshops where you're configuring tools, always super boring. No fun at all. What changed? Oh, well, yeah, we want to get rid of those. Yeah, we don't want those. Git rm steps Prisma SQLite DB. Yeah, that should be Prisma SQLite DB and journal. There we go. All right, and then we're going to run this again. And it's break time, so I'm going to take a break and see you in 5. Yo, okay. Where did we leave off? Here we are. Okay, let's take a look here now. Get diff no index. Just gonna go through them all once more. Actually, let's do that here. Oops, and O2. Okay, so we've got the fly config. And then the Prisma stuff. Yeah, okay. Then we go O2 to O3. Oops. And that adds the health check. Okay. And then from O3 to O4. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that was my mistake. This is 08, 07, 06, and 05. This needs to be updated as well. Where is that? Yeah. Oh, 08. Okay, there we go. 04. This adds the Docker ignore and the Docker file, and then removes the build and env from the fly config. Perfect. And then 04 to 05. This adds the GitHub action. See, and this is why, like, I say I just made a workshop, but like not really. It's not the sort of thing that you learn so you can do over and over again. It's like a tutorial. I need to do this one time. A workshop to me is more like I'm gonna do this over and over again. I need to get good at this. I need practice. But when it's config, it's like, okay, show me that it's possible, and then I'll just reference it in the future. So yeah, that's why, sorry about that. That's why this is a tutorial and not a workshop, I think. Okay, and then from GitHub Actions to 06, lightfs. Now we add lightfs config to our Docker, and then the lightfs config there. And then from 06 to 07, multi-region, now we start getting complicated stuff where we're like, we gotta write our own app code. Get instance info, here's how you do that. Enable console, and then console config. And then, yeah, you just have to make sure the primary never gets, or non-primaries never get reads. Oh, you know what? This also needs the start script to get updated. So that was number 7. Yeah. So the start script needs to look like this. Huh. That didn't show up in the diff. Try that again. Am I missing it? So this is the fly TS, our index TS, and oh yeah, there it is. And then the start script. Okay, good. And then 07 to 08, transactional consistency. Now, we bring in, we'll get to that environment variable change in a sec. That comment is confusing. And it's also in the wrong spot. Yeah, get rid of it. I'll explain it in the blog post. Yeah, okay. Cool. Move things around. All right, let's push. Okay. And now, distributed Node.js app with SQLite to fly IO. Yeah. The distributed part is what's going to capture people, but then I'm going to be like, maybe you don't want it distributed. Maybe you're fine with it just sitting around in a single place. We don't even get to the distributed part until step 7, and that's not even like complete because there's the transactional consistency edge case, which is an edge case. So maybe it's okay, but I think it's the sort of edge case that you're like, yeah, you really should handle that. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. You're over the block. What? Over the block limit? What's that supposed to mean? Notion, you are over the block limit. Oh, I am super confused by this. What is the block limit? Oh my gosh, it's 5:30. Okay, well, I think we'll have to come back to this. Is it Friday? Oh man, time flies. We're gonna come back to this next week. But I feel really good about this. Yeah, sweet. Let's do this. Fly vol list or fly. Oh, let's go to. Oh wait. Fly vol list. Fly vol create data size 1 region Denver. And then fly vol create data size 1 region Hong Kong. And then fly scale count 3. Starting those up. Okay, cool. Bum ba dum. Bum ba da dun dun. All right. This is cool. It's very cool. Good. We've got this thing running in multiple regions. I've tested out all of these configurations, and that's cool. And now it's the weekend. So I hope you all have a marvelous day. Let's take a look at what my score looks like. I had a couple of times where I had to pull up different things and tell it wasn't a distraction. And so we'll see. Maybe my score's no good. Should probably install the app. I had 2x score too, boosted. So that's awesome. Hey, my score is actually really good. If we didn't, oh man, was it it's 14? Yeah, 1486 divided by 2. 743 is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only way to get these numbers is to have 2x. So good job, folks. How do you do that? Because it's supposed to be out of 800. I don't know, maybe you get a 3x. Okay, cool. Well, that's fun. That's fun. All right, yeah, good stuff. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I don't plan on streaming or anything. Probably should just chill, hang out with the family. So have a nice weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.